like as far as women changing versus men changing.
Oh.
Do you feel that men changing? Even you can answer the question.
Spinny.
What do we call him?
Spinny the liquor.
Spinny the liquor. Yeah. Even you can answer it. Maybe it's the same. Who you date? You date white women, black women? As well.
Yep, it's rolling. Okay. Oh, we're rolling. I do talk. Hey, welcome to the What's Your Ness podcast season 6 premiere.
Woo!
I got a new look.
Yeah, it's my b-boy guy.
Yeah.
A breakdance. Oh, hit that shit.
Oh yeah. Look out.
It's in the Olympics now.
No, they kicked that shit out after that.
What?
That
after
one and
that
done.
lady?
One and
she
done.
Brought bad attention to it.
One and done, bro. They was like never again.
What? They canceled it? Oh, that's so messed up.
Hey, bro, they was like, bro, you niggas like, y'all don't take it serious. Okay, cool. Bye. Pickleball will be back for that.
What?
Well,
I didn't know that.
We're still here.
Yeah.
We got. It's daylight savings spring forward. It's bright as fucking here. You're probably not used to this, but this is a different vibe for the basement.
7:06 p.m.
Yep. And yeah, I'm Spenny, joined as usual by my co-host Alexander the Great, founder of Ness Culture Clothing, among other things.
Yeah.
And we have a guest today. Alex, you want to introduce our guest?
Yes. Our guest is literally the blackest nigga I know. But I say that as a positive thing, not as a
black,
negative
y'all.
thing.
No, black, y'all.
he even made a song about how he loved black women.
Yeah.
I ain't never did that. And I'm a Trump boy.
At this podcast, we might have to remix it though a little bit.
Close enough. It's close enough.
Nah, she black. I mean, she's not American black, but she's Afro-Latino.
But this is my guy. You feel me? And for everybody that has an issue with him, it's still my guy. J Maul, the photographer.
So if you got a problem with me and you see Jeremy, you can handle it with him too.
Oh, bro, you saying too much, bro. Oh my goodness, bro.
And you motherfuckers can handle it with me too.
There we go. Yeah. So if you fuck with him, then you fuck with him. There we go.
Yeah.
So it's all three of us. You all in the loop.
Out.
See, Spinny, people who know me, they just come on here and just be
volunteering some ass whoopings for you.
Well, what J-Mal, great to see you again. Great to have you here.
Definitely.
What do you think you would like to do for your Ness today?
My Ness is gonna be LoveliNESS.
Oh, okay. I like lovely things.
That's a great way to start the season. I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Start off super chill. Fucking around.
I can come back for another episode of some ratchet shit.
Oh, okay. We got you. We
Ratchetness, right? There we go.
We had one of your favorite homies on too for recklessness.
Oh yeah, that nigga, he reckless. We can cuss, yeah. That nigga's man. That's a whole nother topic.
That's your buddy, man.
Yeah.
You know, y'all go way back.
You know what you're talking about? Man, that shit is crazy too. That shit, it's an update, man. I see, their stupid ass got pregnant. I said, oh, this nigga.
Bro, I'm saying that's what they do, bro.
She's stupid, man.
That nigga shoot the club up.
They both
he talked about it.
They both retarded, bro. They both retarded. That's
it probably worked for them. All right, let's do the
for now at least.
So let's get the definition of loveliness here. Loveliness, according to Google, which is according to Oxford Languages, loveliness is the quality of being very beautiful or attractive. I was enthralled with the sheer loveliness of the setting. And then a rare definition, it's for a group of ladybugs. I didn't know that. It's like a a murder of crows, a loveliness of ladybugs. That's cute. Cool. But we're not talking about ladybugs today. We're talking about ladies or lovely things and lovely settings, right? Is that what we're doing
That's
here?
the gist of it. We're going to get all the way around to it because there's a lot that's intertwined into this episode. And it's like, I'm a famous rapper, but Maul is famous for throwing parties and doing he probably more famous than me. I'm just a modest, hit maker.
Hey man, I got a couple songs. What you talking about, man? I got a couple bangers.
Fucking with mine. Okay, so yeah,
complicate no feeling. It depends who you ask. My daughter don't know that. She know my song. Okay.
So we can get to everything that you are, because also you're a world traveler.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. Well, I guess the people that follow you know that. 'Cause he documents it. But so we're going to get into first your traveling and then some of the things that you experienced when traveling. You know, some of the things you ran into, some things you found, some things you working on, you know, from your travels.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first question. First question is, what initially made you start traveling? Like what made you get into it?
I think even younger, like we used to travel a lot. As far as my mom, we drove all the way to Alabama before. So we went through the states and all of that. And then
better than me.
Yeah, nah, for real. That's when I first really learned how to drive. Was they was tired and you know, it's probably, I don't know, it was probably midnight or something. So it ain't nothing on the road and he's just, all right, you want to drive a couple more hours? Here you go. And then but as far as traveling, I was with my, I don't even want to bring her ass up, but when I was with my daughter's mom, we had made a plan to start traveling. I think we went to like Puerto Rico first. And then we had went to like Hawaii, and it was like, all right, let's expand. And then we went from Thailand to Bora Bora and stuff like that. And then after that, I was just addicted. Like, I mean, you know, like traveling is like, it's amazing. I be trying to tell everybody. I was trying to convince my brother before I traveled, and then once he got his experience, he was like, oh yeah, this is what you've been talking about. Yeah. It's hard to really explain, to be honest. Yeah. Even if you show pictures, show videos and all of that, like it's hard to really explain. You just got to do it. So I tell everybody, like it's good to start seeing, you know, a lot of more black people traveling now. Yeah, in the last like 5 years, like it's been people moving. But damn.
But you know what? Also, it's like some of you know some like the traveling I did, and you done a lot more traveling than me. But that inspires people, and then also it gets it gets your algorithm going to where you start to see more people that are traveling.
Yeah, that's why I take all the pictures. That's why I do all the videos, is to try to get people to. Everything has a motive. Everything is a plan. So,
because like even when I went to China, you know, Fab my guy, but you know we don't talk like that. Yeah. But when I went to China, you know, like I said, I was recording videos and I was posting the shit. And when I got back, he's like, "Bruh," he said, "You made me feel like I was there."
Yeah, facts.
You know, and it's like you said, it just documented it and showing people that you know the world is bigger than what you think, and it's not what you think it is from the videos and you know all the lies people are telling you. You know,
this world is huge, man. This world is huge, and it's like. Even me traveling to Africa, I've been to 3 different countries there, but I feel like I haven't even scraped it.
Oh yeah, that
and it's like huge. Yeah, it's like even the places I've been in Africa, the cities, it's more places like even Brazil. This is what 3rd, 4th time, and it's like I only been in that one city. It's so much more for me to see. So
yeah. So out of all the places in the world to go, what made you go to Brazil the first time?
It's crazy because it was a surprise. Damn, I ended up talking about this bitch twice. But anyway, it was a trip that somebody booked for me, actually for my birthday, which is crazy too. We'll
get to why it's crazy.
And then I got it booked, and then that's when we kind of fell off in the relationship. So now
the Brazil trip is where
it was like right before. It was kind of shaky that whole time, but that's when it was like, all right, this shit is over. Yeah. Well, it wasn't over, but that was like a break. Yeah. And it was a break on my way to Brazil, like seriously. So that's how it happened. But it was a birthday trip. It was a birthday trip that was kind of. You know, secretly planned for me.
So the first time you went, it was just yours.
It was a birthday trip. It was just me. It was me.
Oh, it was you by yourself?
Yeah, me by myself. Yeah.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah. It's more story to it, but that's the gist of it.
Okay. So, how long did you stay?
I was there for 2 weeks. I went there for New Year's, and my birthday is January 9th, so I went from New Year's to I think I left on like the 11th or something like that. So I got there probably like the 30th of January. I left on like the 11th December. December. And then I left January 11th, something like that.
Do they celebrate New Year's like we do? Or?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I went there for that. A huge celebration. Like the center, Rio is like the center, like the capital. I believe it is the capital, but that's like where everything happens. From Carnival to New Year's, everybody migrates. Even the domestic traveling, everybody's there.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, they had a really, really.
So Rio de Janeiro is where you went.
That's where it's at.
Where you went each time you went to Brazil? Because I know you went more than once.
Yeah, each time.
Okay.
Damn stayed in that city the entire time.
So what is it like in Brazil?
It's amazing from of course the women. Everybody knows the women. Mm-hmm. From of course the women, the most beautiful women that I've ever seen anywhere. Like You know how they say like who's the GOAT, and you got like Jordan is by himself, and then they be like, all right, the rest of the people just that's how Brazil is compared to the world.
So we got some homies that went to Brazil and lived there for like months. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And the way the homie told me about the chicks in Brazil, he's like the great thing about Brazil is that their 6s and 7s are 9s and 10s here.
Oh, 100%.
So he's like, you can always pull you like a 9 or 10 based on the standards of the U.S. out there because they 6 or 7s out there. And he's like, in comparison, they feel like they don't look as bad as the other ones. So he's like, you could get you a
the normal women out there are models here, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like but you get the attitude of a normal woman.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but in your head, you're like, oh, she's
amazing.
Bad. Yeah. But in their head, they're like, what you talking about? Like, huh? We just normal.
Like, I'm regular.
So I'm like, damn, if you, like, bro, I'm talking about like in the favelas. You go in the favelas, they don't even got windows.
And take your pants is what our friend was telling us.
Oh, yeah. He said take your pants.
Take your pants.
That's what he said.
What's that, for like a rape you type of thing?
No, he said rob you.
They'll take everything.
Rob
they'll
you
take
in the
your pants.
favelas.
He said they'll take your pants.
I mean, maybe I was lucky. I think it depends who's going.
He was probably being a little dramatic.
Yeah, it can happen.
He rode in a bus that had people with AKs on it to go up there and party and shit. So he felt safe enough,
Nah, for sure. Nah, you can get caught slipping. That's like, you take a tour to Oakland. You could be at Lake Merritt or you could be on 82nd and International.
Yeah.
It's like, it depends where you go. And then you could be on 82nd and International and be cool. But then you might not the next time. So it just depends. It depends. And if you look like a lick anywhere, then most of the time it's gonna happen. But with me, most of the time I'm cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, is that
Diddy?
Well, I was just accentuating the lick sound effect. Continue.
Hey man, what kind of podcast y'all run? What kind of establishment is this?
No Diddy, bro.
What y'all brought me in here on this comfortable couch?
No Diddy, bro. No Diddy.
Couch. You really want to be on this podcast?
Yeah, what is going on here, man?
We okay. I said no Diddy.
Scratch the tape. But it's a beautiful place, bro.
Yeah.
As far as the culture, as far as the food, as far as the landscape, landscape is picture
what's
perfect,
the best
bro.
thing you've eaten in Brazil? I'm curious about that.
The girl got I don't eat meat, so it was like when I went there the first time I did. So it was like they had a lot of chicken. It's like the regular stuff, but it's just cooked a little different, little ways that they do it. And they have really like a pasta type of diet. It's like it's
Brazil.
weird. Yeah,
Brazilians eat pasta?
They for sure do.
It
was like you go to places, it'd be like spaghetti, pizza, that type. Nah, it's not. That's more of like the Asian type of way, but. Nah, you go there and it's even like Kenya. In Kenya, it was real like pasta, pizza type of thing, huh? Yeah, for sure. So,
okay.
Yeah,
like I said, you got to go there to find out.
You got to go there to find out.
You can't go off of what these videos are telling you, man. You got to really experience.
For sure, and even like the music, man. The music is amazing there. Like they like the first time that I went, even the last time that I went. Well, the last time was a little different, but the first time that I went, they can literally start a party of all ages. From the older lady to the little kid of just a drum. Just somebody with one person with one drum. You can start a whole party. 100 some people out there. So it was like, you don't even really have to go inside a building. You could just walk the beach. Somebody start playing music and now you got a party going. And it's like
that's
awesome. A drum, bro. And it's like all ages.
Yeah,
all ages are out there dancing and chilling and having fun. And it's no real drama. It's no real drama out there. Even though they say like it's so dangerous and all that. The dangerous thing would probably be theft. Like they're pickpocketing capital of the world.
That was the question I was about to ask you. Like, would you consider Brazil to be dangerous?
I would consider Oakland more dangerous than. I would be more worried walking through Ghost Town, the old Ghost Town, or Acorn today than I would be walking out there.
That's what I told people when I went to China. We were the U.S. was arguing with North Korea. And people were like, "Oh my God, you shouldn't go." I said, first of all, I'm not going to North Korea. I'm going to China.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Like, I know they kind of cool, but it's totally different countries. I'm like, and second, when I was out there, I was like, nigga, walking around, I felt way safer. Even the police walking by me, I felt safer walking through Shenzhen, China, than I do in Oakland, where I'm born and raised, know the ways.
But then again, you got that like traveling with that American badge on you is like. it's different too. Like they kind of more like being a Black American. They like even going to like South Africa. They what's up, my nigga? Like they look at us as like cool. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's more of like admiration than it is like looking at you like you a victim, like you prey. Yeah. And I think it's that as well. And then it was kind of like the cool American type of thing. Yeah, like they look at us all like we 50 Cent and Tupac.
Yeah, I was like, did they ever mistake you for anybody? Is there anybody you get when you out there like, oh shit, Morris Chestnut?
Nah. Maybe Tyrese or something, but
he said it was like sing for me. He was like, sweet lady. Yeah, facts. You better pull it out for him.
I know, yeah. But I'd be cool, bro. Like you know how I travel, bro. I go to the hoods everywhere I go. So been in the favelas, even for Carnival. Like I went to the hood stuff. They was like, you know, you got the areas where all right, tourists go here. Mm-hmm. And then they got the real stuff where it's at. Even like Jamaica, like we was tripping in Jamaica. We was with, you know how they ride around dirt bikes and all of that here? Yeah. We was with them in Jamaica. And we was even our resort that we stayed at. You know, we asked them, hey, where's the party at? They send you to the tourist party. Yeah. And we told dude like, hey man, we went to that last night. We ain't trying to be with no tourists. Where you going tonight? Mm-hmm. And he was like, and he looked at us and he saw niggas. Yeah. So he was like, all right, y'all go to this one. I'm gonna be at this one tonight. Yeah. But they sent all the tourists to this one. Yeah. And that was a totally different vibe and it was some hood stuff. So it was like, it was way better. We got the, like, you know, like Jamaica has this rep of crazy parties. Yeah. You go to this party, it's like the fake, like they hire people to come there and dance and show you that. But that one is where it's raw. It's like going to candy shop back in the day. Oh yeah, like that's where you saw the raw culture of Oakland. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just different. Yeah. I like to do the tourist stuff. Even like Puerto Rico, like I went into the projects and was playing hoop with them. Like I be for sure. They got a weird ass 21 where it's weird. You don't even clear the ball. You just shoot it back or something like. But
it was just hella fast.
You just you get the rebound and you just shoot it. Yeah, you don't even got to clear it. I was like, it took me a while.
Bro, you supposed to teach them how to play. Like, no,
I won the game. I showed out for sure.
No, but I'm saying you supposed to teach them like, bro, this is how y'all got to play.
They got them. That's you got to conform to their rules.
That is true. You in their space.
It took me a while. It took me about a couple baskets. I messed up, but they was like, why you take it out? You could have shot, but whatever. But I go to the hoods, bro, and they be cool. I think it's your vibe, bro. If you go in there and you looking all like, oh, I'm scared. But if you look like shit, I didn't look like I was one of them. Let's say we got the look, American. But I was comfortable. And I think once they see you comfortable, then you less likely. But it can happen for sure. I'm taking chances.
Yeah.
But ain't nothing happened yet. Cross my fingers.
Yeah, you ever been to DR?
I've been to the DR. I went with Fab and I'm to the DR.
Yeah, when they did our shit.
And all them. Yeah. The DR, Sleepy, Unc, and Zim.
Yeah,
all of them.
Zim, man. Shout out Zim, man. That's my guy.
Zim was holding it down, man. You safe with Zim, bro. Zim going, look.
Bro, Zim gonna let you know.
Listen, we in the bus. He like, hold on. We waiting the bus. He gonna do a walkthrough. He looking at the exits. He guarded 40 all day. So he looking at the whatever. He like, all right, it's good. Like, bro, nobody know us out here. We just don't wear the jewelry. We normal tourists out here. But Zim was on it. But I be chilling, bro. And even like in Brazil, you just can't go there looking crazy. You can't go there with like, I don't wear no earrings. My necklace, I tuck it in. Like you just gotta look cool. You gotta look chill.
Yeah. Don't act like you studying.
If you know you in the hood and you know that what goes down there, don't come there looking like dangling meat in front of lines. No, you're tripping. So you go in there chilled. You act like you're supposed to be there, and that's what I did. So I've been cool. I've been cool ever since.
Yep. If somebody wanted to go to Brazil, what part would you tell them to go? But I guess you only been to Rio. So.
I only been to Rio, so I would. But I've heard other places. I would go. The next time I go, I'm going to another place, and I'll probably go to São Paulo. So from what I know, between going to São Paulo, and it's another place. Damn, I forgot the name of it, but it's where a bunch of Africans. That South America is actually where more Africans went than even America. Salvador Bahia, yeah. So Salvador, that's what it is. That's where it's just blackety black. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, for sure. That's where they say that the most Africans outside of Africa are.
Or in South America.
America.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was more that went there than went to America, but we just hear about it the world hears about it more in America because we had it more harsh than they did.
Yeah.
So,
that's
interesting.
interesting.
I want to go there. And that just made me think about it. I need to start planning an itinerary because, you know, plane tickets start getting a little expensive closer. That's why I messed up last time. I was trying to plan it, but it was like, all right, now I ain't trying to pay $700 because I'd have to pay for my ticket, pay for her ticket. I don't care about seeing them for $700, you know.
Yeah.
So I can see some black people shit and go to East Oakland, Richmond.
Yeah, because like I said, I've also heard the domestic flights are cheaper.
They are,
like when
for
you go
sure,
to places,
for
you
sure.
know, these domestic flights are cheaper.
But if you booking it, you know, 2 days, 3 days before, I was looking at it while I'm there.
Oh,
and it was like, then it gets pricey. But if I look at it now, it'd be cool.
Yeah, because I took domestic flight when I was in China. I flew into Beijing because they don't have directs to Shenzhen, and I went to Shenzhen. But when I was in Shenzhen, I flew to Sanya, which is in the Haiyan province.
Yeah.
And they call it the Hawaii of China or something shit like that, you know? So
that's what we did when we went to Kenya. We went to Nairobi, and then we spent a couple days in Mombasa, then we flew back. And that was like an additional $50.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't nothing.
Like an hour flight.
And then my partner had me in the hostel, and I was like, bro, my birthday tomorrow. I'm like, where's one of these hotels? I went to Hotel Blood, got us a suite, bro. It had a bathtub on the fucking balcony. He was overseeing the Pacific Ocean and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, shit was good, you know? And like I said, that shit cost me like $100 a day or something like that. It was fat though.
You should have seen how we was living in the DR, bro. That Fab know how to travel.
Yeah, no, it looked like y'all was in the mansion. I remember that. It was like, oh, they got the mansion over there.
Bruh, it was ridiculous, bro. Every room was like its own hotel. Every room, it was like like 6 different rooms, bro, and it was all of them had a big ass master bathroom, big ass bed, big ass.
Each room had its own.
Each room had its own bathroom, and then you had the big ass living room that was upstairs with the pool tables and couches and the big screen TVs. And then downstairs was the same thing. It had a bar, had all of this. We had a chef that was cooking at least 2 meals a day. Yeah. We had a driver, big ass pool in the center, golf course and lakes. And I'm like, damn, right? I'm like, this is a win.
Yeah, that's how you live, huh?
Yeah, nah, for sure. But you know, they travel for the gram too.
Yeah. I'm saying, I mean, you gotta get those videos, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta let people know. So, what year did you initially go to Brazil?
I believe it was for New Year's of 2019. It was.
Oh, so you just started this Brazil?
Well, I went the first time was 2019. Yeah, it was for New Year's.
And so, after 2019, when did you go back and why did you go back?
I went back for Carnival of 2025. I went back. Well, I was thinking about between Trinidad and Rio, because when I was there for New Year's, everybody was asking me like, "Why are you here right now? You should have came for Carnival."
Yeah.
And of course, the world has always heard about Carnival in Brazil, so I always wanted to come back, but you know, I was in a relationship, so I was like, I can't go back to whatever. And then after that, I spent a few years, and I'm like, damn, I want to go before I get too old to enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it was just hella random, man. It was crazy. Nah, I can't say that. But anyway, I came across some money. Okay. Came across a couple of dollars, and I was like, oh shit, this is telling me, let me just buy this ticket. Let me just here, boom.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, it's perfect timing. And then it was right. I linked back with her anyway. I was talking to.
Okay, let's get to that. So you went in 2019, right?
Yeah.
You went by yourself. You to the next. Like I said, you and your situation was having a break, and is that when you initially met your girl?
Yeah. That's when I met her. Yeah, I was.
And tell us about that. How did that happen? How did y'all meet?
So I believe that was New Year's night. It was probably 1 a.m. because it was after everybody was kind of leaving, and I seen her walking. I was with this. So I met this dude from New Jersey that I was hanging out with. He knew a little Spanish. He was cool peoples too.
I thought they spoke Portuguese.
Yeah, but if you know Spanish, then it's kind of
okay.
And it's kind of similar words. So instead of saying car in Spanish, you might switch it and say vehicle, and then they'll understand that. So it's kind of similar.
They're close.
Like even the numbers, like there's oris, doris, tres, cuatro, cinco. Like it's they share the same things.
Oh, okay.
So so now I seen her walking, and I just approached her. And I was, you play the stupid. You know how they come here, like the Mexicans come here and they act like they don't speak English.
Yeah.
I knew a little bit, enough to say hello, but I played dumb. Like how do you? Like then I Google Translate, and I didn't know that she was with her mother and her auntie and her sister. I was like, oh shit, like I ain't that brave, just hollering at shit. Yeah. So remember, church was a beast with it.
Oh yeah,
but he used to do that on purpose. Yeah. He used to do it when he knew the moms was there. He used to approach the mom. And tell the mom how beautiful she was, and then get out there. So the mom was choosing. Like he was a pro, bro. He was above his time. But so then I got out of there, and I got the WhatsApp, of course. Yeah. And then
you gotta have WhatsApp if you're traveling.
You gotta
have WhatsApp. There's no way around.
Oh, it's like three apps that you gotta have. You gotta have the Maps Me. You gotta have the translator app. You gotta have the currency app, and you gotta have WhatsApp. So it's like at least 4.
Currency app. I didn't need the currency app. What you
to translate? If it say 100 of theirs, you gotta know what it is in America.
Oh, I'm saying I just get there and get cash.
Yeah, but you want to know how much you paying, right?
Oh yeah, but I looked that up before.
You don't care? Oh,
no, I look it up before I come.
You don't care what the price is.
No, I look it up before I come, and then I try to find which location is like closest to where I'm staying. And what is their rate? What are they giving you for the rate? And then I just go to the one with the best rate.
Nah, but like this currency app, you just kind of, you put in your, $47 here is 270 reals. You get what I'm saying? So if you see something for 270, you type it in and you like, all right, I'm paying.
You don't want to use using American cash out there?
No, just even their money.
Like if you see something, you're like, oh, that's like 200 pesos, but you're like, I don't really remember how much 200 pesos.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is that cheap? Is that a good deal or is that not a good deal?
Yeah,
but it's like
exactly.
a way to,
yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I met her and we was just using the Google Translator, but she was with her peoples. So I got her number or whatever, and I was just messaging her from there. And then maybe a couple hours later, I was like, we should meet back and walk the water or something, walk the beach, because it's a popular beach there called Copacabana. That's right there in this Ipanema, which is on the other side. Mm-hmm. It's like their Lake Merritt, basically. Oh, really? It's like the place where everybody go, but they got a real beach life, so it's even more popular than Lake Merritt. It's like I don't know, like it's just really popular. There's always people there. Yeah. And we met back there. We was chilling, and the vibe was cool. And then she was leaving the next day to go back because she doesn't stay there. She stays in I believe the country is Rio de Janeiro as well, something like that. But so she stays she stays exactly. Yeah, I think that's the city and the state is the same name, something like that. But she stays like 2 hours away. Oh, so damn. she was like, I'm leaving, and then I was texting her still or whatever, and I was trying to get her back, of course. And then she was like, only this train only come every 3 days. She was like, so if I came, I would have to stay 3 days. I was like, hell yeah, you can.
I'm here to the next, man.
She was nice. Like, she was nice too. You know what I mean?
Oh, say less. Okay, I'm a player.
Hell yeah, you can come for 3 days. It wasn't like I had something else consistent. Yeah. And it was like, and she was cool too. It was a cool vibe.
Like you said, you caught the vibes. Like she ain't trying to rob you, ain't trying to set you up, none of the bullshit,
And it was like, it's always better. That's another thing with traveling too. It's always better to meet somebody. Like even when we went to Kenya, we met somebody that was from there. And it's totally different vibe. You send them to go make the deal.
Yeah, no, real talk.
And they know where
I ran into somebody in China, and like you said, she like I said, I was talking to somebody, and she like butt in, like, she said what she had to say. Yeah, she was like, no, don't do him like that, basically,
They charge you them gringo prices for sure. So, it was just better. So it was like, even if I paid for her stuff, even if I paid for like, to get into the zoo or something, or like something like that. Yeah. It was actually cheaper because she was able to negotiate the price. Yeah. To where I was paying 3 times as much, but with her it's only me and hers,
like,
which
stop
is
playing,
still
I'm coming in there,
which is still a third cheaper. So it was like even being with her and paying something saves me money, and it was like she knew of the spots. But really in Brazil, it's nothing you really pay for, to be honest. Everything is outside. It's like everything, like it's really a beach culture. The beach is free. Mm-hmm. It's like you just walk up and down the beach, and then you get a coconut. That's 5 reals, which is not even $1. You know what I mean? Something like that. So it's like everything is super cheap. You get like
that's how I was in China. I was eating lunch for like $2 a day. Cuba, like $3.
Cuba was a full course meal for $2. I'm talking about like dessert and everything for $2. The drink, everything was $2. And I feel like they was overcharging me when I walked in. Because they were saying it was supposed to be cheaper. And I was like, man, you should have seen everything is cheap, bro. It was like, it was super cheap. Even when I went to the club there, it was like this dude, it was costing $5 to get in. We paid for this dude that was showing us around. He was like, what? I could have never got in here. Nigga, it's $5. What? This is amazing. But nah, so I met her there and she came back. And then it was on from there.
Like I said, y'all spent those 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoyed yourself. Like I said, vibe stayed cool.
And the vibe was cool. So we thought it was 3 days, but we extended it to the 6. Because, it's every 3 days, like I said. So we was
so she ended up staying like 6 days.
She ended up staying, yeah. So it was like she stayed damn near to, I think it was, I left, I don't know, let's just say, I think I left at 11. She stayed, the date ended up to where she left on like the 10th.
Oh, yeah.
And it was something like that. So it was cool. Now I spent the rest of the time with her and it was perfect. Because her vibe, bro, that's the difference. Is like, and that's another thing. It's probably going to be in one of your questions. Yeah, there we go. Probably be in one of your questions. Yeah. But nah, that's how it happened.
Yeah, yes.
Bro, I didn't pull nothing last night.
Where the fuck is Wilbur?
Wilbur was bugging last night, right? He was throwing the food.
Right.
Fuck, bro.
Oh, for real.
Wilbur do that shit, bro.
Good morning. Did I hear my name being spoken of, gentlemen?
Wilbur.
Good morning.
Wilbur, what's up, bro?
Where the fuck you been, dog?
It's so good to see you again. Last night I took down the fairest of maidens. I was doing nothing but making freaks and clapping cheeks. Oh, gosh darn evening. Oh, well, let me show you this fair maiden who allowed me into her bed last night. I took a little video of me sharing a bed with the maiden.
Wilbur!
Oh, yeah.
Wilbur!
Kind of big.
Oh, thick is an understatement, my dear friend.
Wilbur, how you pull that?
Well, I don't riz and tell, but all night she was complimenting me on my fit, from the shirt to the undies to the socks. The maidens love the Ness culture, methinks. Anyways, I'm a bit parched and starving from a long night of passionate, ravenous lovemaking, so I'm going to get some breakfast, but I'll see you gentlemen around, okay?
Bro, the Ness?
Wilbs did that?
The Wilbs did that.
With Ness culture.
With Ness culture.
We got to go to Ness culture, bro.
So my next question, which is probably something you're about to get to, is like, what makes her a perfect fit for you?
As you know, from my social media, I had a lot of complaints of the state of women in America right now, specifically our women.
They got complaints with us too. Yeah.
They do. Most of them are legit.
That's the narrative right now.
But I feel like, I mean, you answer the question. You can answer it as well. What's your name again, bro?
Spenny.
Spenny. The licking.
He's over there doing blow or something. What the hell happened? He's like, oh,
These are nicotine lozenges.
Spinning the liquor.
Spinning the liquor. That sounds like an old school mob name. Like, nah, yeah, spinning the liquor when you got it.
That's kind of cool.
It sounds like somebody you don't trust, huh?
Yeah, spinning the liquor. So what you say about the girls?
In like the last 20 years, let's just say the last 20 years, how much do you think that men and women changed the same pace in the last 20 years?
I'm gonna say this because this is my angle on it. You know, like I said, I throw it out there sometimes, but I don't know if you've noticed this, and I'm gonna throw this to you because I know you think.
Yeah.
I 100% don't blame men or women. You know what I blame?
Society.
No.
Social media?
No. Bigger than social media. I blame the entire internet.
The internet.
I blame the internet for the way people feel about relationships now, because the internet did something significantly in the last 20 years. In the last 20, 40 years. What the internet did, and what I feel like humanity's thought process hasn't caught up to, is that it gave you access to people that you never had access to. So you think you have more choices. But it didn't give you access to better choices. It just gave you access to more choices. So now people will have
because you're still gonna pick what you pick.
No. Listen, people will have a really good choice in front of them, and some type of friction will happen, and then they'll go to a different option because there's so many other options.
Facts.
And then they'll find the friction with that one, but then they have more options, so they'll go to another.
It's
always, and the internet did that because back in the day, as much as y'all want to sensationalize and fantasize about this shit, your fucking grandpa and your daddy was cheating too. They was cheating a town over and didn't nobody fucking know. They had a whole fucking family. There was no camera phones. There was no cell phones. There was nothing to catch them up with.
Until 23andMe
See,
came
I
out
don't like
years
how you
later.
said that. You don't think grandmas was cheating too?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's a lot of kids? Because look right now
milkman.
in paternity, they say right now that in the paternity test, I think it was like a third of the children aren't the fathers.
Alex,
So
you don't
with
think girls
paternity
cheat like guys do?
When paternity test out right now, today, showing that 33% of children aren't. You don't think when it wasn't test that they was getting it into?
Oh, I definitely.
You don't think grandmas was freaks and fucking around? And
I'm a firm believer of mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Facts.
Yeah,
so
you know,
that's what
like,
I'm just
for sure,
saying.
for
If
sure.
it's 33% today, you don't think when they're, and that's with paternity test. You don't think before
like I said,
it was popular?
And grandma probably knew grandpa was cheating.
All you had
She
to
knew.
do, all she had to do back then was fuck. All right, it's a dark skin. She got a dark skinned husband. All she got to do is fuck another dark skinned husband. I mean, another dark skinned
Just a
dude,
nigga, yeah.
and he gonna have that baby and think it's his.
Facts.
So I
like
don't know.
said,
I think we just automatically make women just seem like they just the
but
angels and the niggas ain't shit.
No, but I'm saying in the same grand scheme of it, it's like people, like I said, they fantasize about how things were like it was better. It was like you weren't there. It was the same shit. It's just now we got reels about it. We got podcasts about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
yeah.
And I blame the internet because I feel like people don't understand what to keep off the internet yet. I don't feel like humanity has made it to the point to understand you don't post your entire life on the internet.
Yeah.
I think everybody's trying to figure out how to use the internet. And
I had to
now,
learn that. I learned that.
you know,
yeah.
and like I said, you know, gradually, like you said, we were learning it, and hopefully we pass a little bit on to our kids and be like, nah, you don't have everybody in your business, because now also there's a narrative of like, if you don't have everybody in your business, your shit ain't right.
You see, I don't post nothing negative no more, bro. Nothing. I used to post like, oh, this bitch did. I don't post nothing. All you see is good shit on my posts. I don't post nothing.
Yeah.
I don't post nothing negative, bro. I don't know if you noticed, but ain't nobody seen nothing negative in my life.
Yeah.
And my life looks so perfect.
No, and real talk, bro. Like I said, people don't know. I had a girlfriend for a year and a half. A year and a half.
How did she feel about it?
You
yeah,
knew.
I met her. Yeah. How did she feel? How did she feel about that?
She
didn't
wasn't
care?
tripping because we was together.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Some women be tripping though.
I'm saying she tripped more now that we not together.
What you mean?
Like I said, we still cool. Like I'm still friends with her. So like I feel like I had posted one of my friends and then she had like made a comment about it because like me and her was like went and did something and she's like, oh, you ain't gonna. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like that's like my friends. Like, you know, like I said, I don't post my personal business on the internet, and that's a lot of people don't understand this. Like, yes, all that shit funny and all that other shit and Alex crazy or whatever, but nigga, that's the internet. Like real shit going on in my life. I don't give y'all my real life.
Because you never know
like
who's watching too. For me, I'm like, you never know who's gonna see this, even if it's just something great, like you know, oh, I'm doing this, I'm over here, like maybe there's I don't want someone knowing
that's
that
just
I'm over
open
there.
rules.
Yeah.
I definitely posted late, but I was just saying, in my reality, in shit that matters to me, people who I care about know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need to report to all you people that barely know me on the internet that I have a girlfriend. Spinny knew I had a girlfriend. Maul knew I had a girlfriend. My mama, my sister, my daughter. My daughter brought her up the other day, and we ain't been together for like a year.
Yeah.
You know, like the people who mattered in my life, knew.
Yeah. If you know,
I don't
you
need
know.
to report to you motherfuckers. What can, because like this is one of my sayings is, what would you do with knowing my business besides tell somebody else? You couldn't do shit else with knowing my business besides tell somebody else, because you're not in my life enough to affect it. So if I tell you about some shit that I'm doing, the only thing you could do with that is tell somebody else that I didn't tell or didn't show. So why would I give you my personal information?
Yeah, giving ammo, yeah.
Yeah, like,
Too, and people be haters, man. That's why I learned it's internet be haters, man. It's a lot more people that's preying on your downfall. That's what I'm saying. I don't show nothing negative, bro.
Yeah, people.
I don't talk about my baby mama on there. I don't talk about nothing.
I was telling somebody else. I was just the other day. I was telling like, because I don't like my baby mama, but like I said, my baby mama did all type of crooked shit. You feel me? That I didn't take. That I didn't like. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody in my family know about that shit. Everybody, I remember at a certain point, my family was like talking shit to me about how I need to be helping her and doing all this other. I'm like, bro, you have no idea. But in the same breath, it's like, how I see it is like, if I come to y'all and I'm just like, yeah, man, my baby mama ain't shit. She did this, she did that. Like a lot of people, I feel like the way society sees it is people are fucking retarded. It's like you think bad mouthing somebody you were with is making them look bad. When in turn, in my eyes, it's making you look bad. Like, damn, that's the type of bitch you would have fucked with. That's the type of nigga you fuck with. You let niggas do you like that? Like,
I tell the family, but I even dial back. You want to know why I dialed back? Keith probably gonna laugh too. I dialed back because I talked so much shit, and then I got back with her. That's why I'm like now I can tell even when I'm talking to her, they don't want to hear that shit. And everybody be coming through. Everybody got their own problems too, bro. Yeah. So nobody. He's like, man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. I got my own problems, man. You bringing up baby mama now? I'm thinking about my situation. So, I tell family though. Family know for the most part.
And like I said, I'm not telling you to do what I do. This is my recipe.
I feel it.
Your recipe is your recipe.
Yeah, I feel it.
I was telling somebody was like, I want to come on your podcast and talk about relationships. I said, I don't do relationships. This is not a relationship podcast. You feel me? Because I feel like a lot of people is looking at other people to find answers for their situation. And what you really need to do, like I said, this is the only thing I'm gonna say about a relationship. What you need to do in your relationship
is watch Honorable Kevin Samuels.
You can do that too. But what I want you to do is to find out what works for you and yours and don't tell nobody about it. That's the best thing you can do. Because as soon as you tell somebody else about it, they're going to give you an opinion. And it's going to get you thinking about, oh, maybe I could do the thing that this bitch just said or the homie told me. And now you done fucked up the synergy that you and your girl had.
Yeah.
You know, so what you need to do is find out what works for you and yours. And then don't tell nobody else about it.
Or keep it limited, if anything. If you talk to somebody about it, just keep it, be clean. Close friend, a family, brother or sister or whatever. But not just broadcasting and all of that. Nah, for sure.
Like I said, because I feel like that's where a lot of people fuck up. They bring too many people into a personal. They mean too many public people into a private situation.
Yeah, and people are very strange these days.
Yeah, and like I said, everybody has their own quirks. They trying to make you more like them, and you might not want to be more like them.
Yeah.
You might be happy with your nigga paying half your bills or paying 40% of your bills, and like I said, he fuck you good, and he still take you on dates, and you feel safe around him and everything else. But you let your prostitute friend come along and tell you some shit,
lonely friend, lonely and single friend,
and now you and you messed up your whole situation. It was working for you. It was working for you until you let this motherfucker feed you this information.
Subconsciously got in there and persuading you, and now you
want more from a nigga. Now you want more from a nigga that you was happy with.
Yeah, it be them TV shows too, though, and social media too.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I said
stuff.
This is not a relationship podcast. I don't. Like I said, at some point we'll have some type of little conversation. Like I gotta know some married people. I'll bring them on, and we'll talk about how to stay together.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna talk about what you should. Oh, you need to be paying for the first date, and whatever works for you, bruh. Whatever works for you and works for her. Works for y'all, bruh.
Yeah, facts.
Man, run that. Run it however y'all run it, bruh. Like, that's how I see it. But we went on a tangent about other shit.
Yeah.
That's how these women will make you feel,
man. We could sit here and talk for hours, bro. Yeah.
But let's get back to your beautiful situation that you got going on.
Loveliness.
Yeah, the loveliness that you've encountered in did you, when you first met her, did you know that she was the one? When you first met her in 2019?
The one, so it's always, I think it's kind of hard to gauge it because I know I'm going home. And at that point, it was like I knew I wasn't ready to have her. Even if I said, oh yeah, she's perfect, whatever. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have a spot. Shit. So it was like it wasn't even a thought like, oh, she the one. I knew she was cool as fuck.
Yeah, like this fit.
I knew that it was ending. I knew that when I went home, I probably would never be here again and all that. Well, all right, we follow each other, keep in contact. But the vibe was perfect, bro. The vibe was different for sure. Never had that vibe with anybody.
Okay, but, so you get it. So
but
it was different.
Oh, it was 100% different.
Okay.
Bro, I travel like when I travel, like the stuff that's where I was going to is what y'all see me, the complaints that I have about women here in America, and specifically our women. When I travel, you don't get that, bro. Like being like I love a feminine woman, long hair, do your nails, like just scared of spiders. Like I want that super. Oh my god, like help me open this. Like I love that type of soft toned, soft everything. All right. All of that. I love that.
You gonna make me say this one thing, And the one thing I want to say about this is, any women listening to this, what he's talking about, I feel like they built up our women to be so strong,
so masculine, bro, independent, all of that shit. Yeah,
but it's like you having a man be a man in your space doesn't mean you can't do it. Yes, you can open up that jar. Yes, you can move that fucking couch. But just if you create space for a man to be a man in your life, you could have a man in your life. Hey,
when it's a fact, when it's a good point, he do the lick sound.
You know what that remind me
Message.
of? Fucking yeah. You know what that remind me of? Fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The chick that don't fucking talk. Are you? Yeah, she just be licking it.
So with the void
Or
and the
don't be a
coils.
menace when he just pop in the window. Message.
But continue.
Everything that like, she's still family oriented. Her family, they got a culture of marriage. Everybody in her family's married. Even though her parents split, they got married again. And it's her sisters, cousins, everybody still, it's still a marriage culture. It's still a family oriented culture. Like, today is Mother's Day. They were all there, all at the house cooking, all the holidays. That's what she was asking. Like, man, do y'all celebrate holidays? How's your family? Like, she asked them questions. I ain't never got asked all that shit. Yeah. But that stuff she need to know. She like, man, I'm going, this is what I'm used to. And it was just like, and you could just tell, like, even like, you see how loud I'm talking right now? Mm-hmm. I can't talk that loud with her. She gonna be like she gonna be kind of like, fragile with it. Like, what the hell why you talking so loud?
Yeah.
Like, she tell me that all the time. She's like, Americans are so angry. Why y'all talk so loud? I'm like,
I said, man, you gotta be dangerous out here.
You know how like your daughter soften you up? You know how you was this and that, and then it's like, yo, I got a daughter now. It completely change you. A woman like that, a super feminine woman, will change you too. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, I'm telling she different, bro. And they still like super in tune with like the emotion and tell you how you feel type of thing. This shit is even like as far as my nails. Like, my nails right now, she would be shaking her head and she would be doing my nails right now. Mm-hmm. Just because they dirty, and she put the little polish stuff on there, clean them out, all of that. Massage. Oh, you seem like you need a massage. Here you go. Man, these bitches out here. Can I get a massage? Can I get a massage? What? God damn. God damn. Like, I wake up, man. She still cook, all of that. She's still in the kitchen. Like, when I was out there, we, the Airbnb got the fridge and the stove and all of that, and she was cooking every morning, all of that, dinner, all of that. She was like, why are you keep trying to go out? I'm like, I'm on vacation. No, I'm cooking, chilling, and it's still like she catered, bro. She just sent me the Beyonce Cater song. Like, oh, I love this song. I'm like, you know what the lyrics are, right? Because of course they do. Mm-hmm. They got the Portuguese translator. Mm-hmm. But she was like, yeah, this is what you'll be getting. And I will say this. Let me say this disclaimer. All of this stuff is what she portrays right now. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say what I'm seeing with how her mom acted with her dude and how her sister acted with them dude. I believe it. Mm-hmm. But you never know, man. I'm wishing for the best. But this is but it's different even from the jump than other relationships.
You're living in the moment, but it's a lovely moment.
Yeah, for sure. It could be just a moment, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And but from what I'm seeing from the jump, bro, it's different, bro.
Okay, so you went in 2019.
Yeah.
Did you guys keep in contact when you left?
For sure.
Like hard in contact, or just like every once in a while?
We followed each other. We followed each other, and it would be a random check-in. But she got in a relationship, I got in a relationship, so it wasn't like, we could just be talking every night. Okay. But it was like, it was like a, hey, how you been? Or like a, you might like a post, or like a story or something. But it was really, really light, and it wasn't even like, it was more like a friend thing. More than a relationship.
I miss
it wasn't
you.
even a flirt. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even to that extent. It was just like a normal, like, what kind of
I know you, you know me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
okay, so after all those years, what made you go back to Brazil? Was it just trying to get to Carnival? What was it? Was it to get back to her? What happened?
Well, it was a combination, because I was trying to decide where I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. I knew I wanted to go on a trip, and it was and I seen that she had got out of a relationship. The relationship that she was in. So it kind of was like, it was like, oh shit, right? Because as soon as I seen the page, because I ain't gonna say I was stalking, but I would look at the page every now and then. She have her dude on there, and I looked at it one time. I'm like, damn, where all the pictures go? Where that go? And I was like, you know, I said,
got
oh,
excavated.
and then I boom, I hit the inbox like, what you doing? How you been? Da, 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 da. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm planning a trip. I was gonna go to where the hell Rihanna from? Wherever that's at. Trinidad. I was gonna go to Trinidad for theirs. But then I
thought she was from
wherever the hell she from. I was gonna go to that one, right? That's the second biggest one, wherever she from. But it's an island, look boring. And then I was like, all right, you know, let me link back with her. And then this is the best one anyway. And then even as far as tourism goes, it looks better. Mm-hmm. So it was just a perfect situation. And then me and her started linking. We started talking daily, nightly, stuff like that.
Before you got there,
yeah, for sure. So it was already. I was
so
like,
you already tapped it back in and warm it up.
For sure. It was like you know how you about to travel to a city, you type it in your phone. You go to SAC, you go to SAC, you type in SAC, see who it's. Hey, what you been up to? You know, it was one of them situations. So then we linked up, and it was the bond, the feeling was still the same. So it was like, damn, she could be something. And now I'm in a situation where I can afford it, in a situation where I got my stuff set here to where that. And like niggas getting old, man. I ain't trying to have another baby mama, but I want another kid. So it's like you gotta do that with a wife.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at her like she looked like real potential.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. It was like
so like I said, the next question was gonna be how did y'all run into each other? But it's like I said, you kind
of
we
planned
curated.
It. She knew I was coming. Yeah, no, I gave her because I think I booked that like so we were talking like 6 months before or something like that.
Oh damn!
And it was I booked it a while.
So you had a real warm up. You feel
yeah,
like y'all was
for sure.
Yeah.
And it was like it was already planned for sure.
Okay, so question now that I have that information, that adjusts the questions a little bit. Was the plan for you to kind of like come out there, catch the vibes, and then get her out here, or did you just go out there and then?
Nah, we didn't really think about it. We didn't really talk about it until we got there.
I'm gonna come see you
in person. Yeah, it was just come see and you know whatever. Because that's a big plan. To be like,
ahead of time.
Yeah, hell no.
From a chick that you met 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, man, I don't know how she is now, but I got there and it was cool. It was perfect. It was the same, if not even more. And then from there we was like, damn, you know, we got to link again. We got to see each other again. And then because you know how they think, you know how people would be like, oh, she just want to come for a visa. Or she want the American life. She really don't care to come here. And it was like, because I had already talked to her about it even before I came, like, man, I'm going to get you back here. She, nah, I'm going to stay. Because her family got money. Yeah. They own land. They got, I think Pop's got like acres of land. Mm-hmm. Mom's got a big ass house. And so she not like, she don't care about this American dream. Yeah. And I think really that's what would be probably a problem with her coming here is she gonna be wanting to go back. You know, most people want to come here and I'll never go back. Like, nah, she gonna want to go back. Mm. So I already know you gotta have to fit in the budget of traveling back. Every for sure. While, at least she got a whole family there, whole big ass family. So and then so it was like we linked, and then now we linking together and we chilling each other, starting to like each other more. And it was like, all right, how we gonna do this? I can't come back here. I got a kid. I can't live here. Mm-hmm. And it was like the only answer is for you to come here. Mm-hmm. And then eventually she was like,
so what made you consider actually like I wouldn't mind bringing you to the States with me?
Because it was what I wanted, bro. It was like everything that you look for. It's like if you like just think of everything, every flaw, everything that you got with the women here. You seen? Oh, never mind. But so just everything that you want in a woman was right there. And it's damn near like, it's damn near shit, a lot of them to be honest. But it was like all the extra little stuff too was just right there. And it was like, why not? Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah, it's an option.
Yeah, it's for sure an option. Why not? So it was like, I'm going to come back to America and gamble another couple years and do all of this. Or I can
keep trying
figure out this one right here. Yeah. Nah, and it was like, and she was down with the plan too. So we decided to make it happen.
Would you ever consider moving down there?
Well, I got a daughter. Yeah. So it's like, my daughter she's 10.
Oh, okay.
So maybe later in
years,
life. Yeah, for sure. Maybe. Yeah. No, I would, definitely. Let's just say I didn't have a daughter. If I didn't have a daughter, yeah, for sure.
Because I got a buddy, a younger dude. He's like, he's probably like 6-7 years younger than me, but he's like going to Brazil for like 3 months. He's been down there a couple times for like long trips, and I think he wants to like live down there, and he's going for like a very extended trip.
A lot of people do that there, bro. The dude that I was talking about in New Jersey when I met her, he's He's been there like 5-6 times since then. He actually was there a week before I got there for Carnival, but he spends months there. He don't have no kids. And he got a couple dollars too, and he do like some internet stuff, so he's able to afford it.
Yeah.
And he don't got no
money.
he don't got no kids. Some kids is, you gotta be, because we active fathers, you know what I mean? So we gotta be.
Don't
we
believe
gotta
the narrative. Black fathers is the most active fathers in the United States.
Because listen, if it wasn't about that, I'd have been gone. If I was a deadbeat, I'd have been gone out of here. That would have been my trip. But so to answer your question, yeah, I would. I can see myself living there for sure. For sure. A couple of places,
Sounds
actually,
awesome.
between there, Colombia, Ghana, even Kenya.
I want to go to Ghana. That's the one I want to check out.
Ghana's amazing, bro. Ghana's
That's
amazing.
the one I want to check out. Because my guys from EYL, they like pushing the line for it. So, and I know Ghana has like an initiative for like Black Americans to come there. So I want to, like I said, I can't not go check it out, nigga.
Bro, you gotta go just off the strength of that's where we from. And you get to see that the stories of the slavery, and see that you get to, like, I've stood, like, we in this room, I've stood in the slave dungeons. And
the last place they were before they.
Yeah, you get to see that. Oh, you get to see the shores that we left from, the door of no return. You get to go into. You get to see how the church was right on top. Well, like, that's how we were introduced to this Christianity. Wow. The church was literally on top of the slave dungeon. They called it heaven and hell. It was like you had the slave dungeon here. Let's just, on the top of this roof was the church. So they had to hear this music.
So the basement of the church.
The basement of the church was the biggest dungeon at the slave quarters.
Damn.
Bro, and it's crazy. So you get a new respect to your ancestors when you go there. Mm-hmm. And it just felt like home. I ain't religious at all. I don't believe in none of that shit. But when you get off the plane there, it felt like you've been there before, right? It felt like, damn, this is home.
Yeah, it feel real.
And I advise, like, I don't know if it's the Muslims, but they go to Mecca, they got to travel 7 times. If you got the means and the money, you have to take that trip.
Yeah.
I feel like Black Americans should be our Mecca to where we gotta go and we gotta see it. Mm-hmm. And just on top of that, like, it just that's man, they really welcome in there, very welcome in there. Okay. And it's like you can get beachfront property, at least when I was there, beachfront property in 2017, I believe, or whenever I went. No, I went in like 21, 22, something like that. Beachfront property for $8,000. Acre of land. I'm talking about, like, across the street is the water. It's the Atlantic Ocean. Bro, I'm telling you. Wow. $40,000, $50,000, I had you a 2-story house, bro. Right off the beach.
So okay. Let's. I'm curious now because, like, we talking about Ghana, but I want to get back to this Brazil thing and the process that you're going through with this lovely lady that you found traveling abroad, that you caught these great vibes with, came back and the vibes were even better. It was the right situation. It was the right financial situation. It was everything.
So I went back.
Right.
So I didn't tell you that part. So I went for New Year. I went for Carnival, and then I came back and went 2 weeks later because.
Big spender. Okay, I wanted to get my money up like that.
Nah, it's just. But yeah, I was gonna say something else, but you never know who this podcast can reach, and I end up in some trouble. But
So you went out there for Carnival, but y'all linked up.
It was too much going on. It was too much. Like, it was too
everything
much.
was moving.
And then she, like I said, she stayed 2 hours away, and she had to work, and it was like stuff like that. So I didn't really get to spend time with her. And as we was talking, nightly, and whatever, we was like, damn. And then it was like, I was trying to take my daughter. Then that's what it was. So now you need a visa. But before April 10th, you didn't need a visa. So it was like perfect time. It was like, oh shit, like, I want to bring my daughter because it was her spring break. Mm-hmm. Literally that ended on like the 8th or something like that. Yeah. So it was like, it was just perfect timing. It was like, all right, now I'm going to go. But then her mom's hated on it. So now I was like, all right, I'm already in the vibe of going. So I'm going to just go again. Fuck it.
Well, I don't even want
Yeah.
So my bad. I don't even know why I was about to.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So I know that people want to know because, like, maybe there's an individual. Maybe I want to go to Brazil and see if I can find something.
I advise all of y'all to explore your options, bro.
Okay,
you travel abroad. I'm talking about, when I say that, I'm talking more so people who don't got a passport at all. But you gotta have the means too. You gotta have financial means to be able to do it.
Facts,
like I said back then, I couldn't do it.
We're not saying go out there broke and try to be broke, try to be broke and bring here.
It costs a couple. I didn't already budget it. I didn't already budget it, like at least
10,
15, something like that on this process. That's as far as like
so
traveling too.
That's the next question. What is this process like trying to get her into the U.S.?
So just strictly that.
Yeah, I'm talking about it. What is it like?
So we went. They have a couple different options. They have the options of course, like a student. They have the option of like a visa. But I think the
student is not a student visa? Or is it?
Yeah, it's a visa. But I was gonna say the visa of like a tourism visa, a travel visa. So with the student visa, she was too old for that. So you have to be, I think it's like under 26 or something like that. She was too old for that. I ain't messing with I ain't bringing no 19-year-old over here.
I didn't want to ask, Briggs. I don't want to mess up the podcast, so I didn't even want to ask. I thought about it, but I didn't ask.
I ain't bringing it nobody selling me their daughter and nothing like that. No. But so she was too old for that. And then that's hard anyway because she ain't in school out there. So it's like
how does it transfer?
Yeah, it's like nigga, you ain't going to school, but and then they have the work one, which is a route, but that takes hella long, and then you got to figure out jobs, and she would actually have to come here and work for somebody and do all, like, that's just a whole lot.
You can start an LLC and
but then I would have to pay her and show her taxes and do, like, it would just have to be
it would complicate things.
It was like then now I'm paying taxes on money that
I'm giving to her.
Exactly.
And
so
I
it's
can
like
just give her the money.
Exactly. It's like it was 8% gone of whatever she would have made or whatever the taxes is. So that was another route. Then it was the marriage route where you actually marry them there and then you're bringing back your wife. But they say that took like a year and a half at least.
At least.
And then the K1 visa is the one we're doing, which is the fiance visa. Takes up to 8 months. But that's like, like the TV show, the 90 Day Fiance. You got to marry.
I told somebody I was having you on, and they was like, I watched 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, this is a little different than that.
No, it's literally that. It is that. It is that. She was correct.
Okay.
It's as soon as she touched down, like let's just say, I don't know, December 1st was the flight, lands in San Francisco. You got till, what is that, March 1st, I believe. Something like, does that
To be married?
To be married, yes.
Oh.
So within 3 months.
So because I never watched 90 Day Fiance. That's how it is. It's like you said, it's on
90 days. Bro.
What is the visa
Fiance for 90 days.
What is the visa called? You said
it's a K1.
K1 visa.
Yes.
And then like you said, y'all hopefully ironing out anything y'all need to iron out. And then getting married within that 90 days.
Yeah, you're married within 90 days of landing. For sure.
And if not, they trying to get her up out of
here. Yeah, you gotta go. She would have to go. So, it's a plan. That woman is perfect, bro. She everything that I mean, you didn't see my pages and my what I want. She fit. She fit.
Your admiration
she
for
cooperative. She feminine. She all of that. Beautiful woman. Her attitude is right. She comes from this, these values, all of this stuff. And our vibe is perfect. Talk to her for hours. Damn near little high school going to sleep on the phone type shit. Like it's it's perfect. So that's exactly what I look for in a wife. So why not? Shit.
Yeah, like I said, that's something that I find valuable, and like you said, it is hard to find is a woman.
What you want, bro? Is
a woman that calms you. Because like I said, I've had so many women come like I said, be combative with me. It's like, oh, you're being aggressive. It's like, but you being aggressive with me is causing the aggression to be more aggressive. And it's like also in the same breath, I'm doing this with a woman, so it's like there is no threat of violence. It's like if me and Maul start arguing,
it's no threat of violence from you.
True.
It's threat of violence. True. She can whoop your ass. She can get with you and buck up with you, but the threat of violence is low from her getting violence too.
Yeah, and that's the thing I be trying to explain to women about the aggression. It's like you need to stop doing the aggression. I was like, because if me and Maul start arguing,
it's a fight happen.
Me and Maul know. Hey, somebody can catch one.
Listen.
Easily.
Listen.
Like, easily, nigga.
Listen. The Honorable Kevin Samuel says that women don't understand that. They don't understand, like, if the same way that you talking to that man, if it was another man talking to him, a fight would happen. But they know that nothing's going to happen until somebody knock them upside the head.
Then it's like, oh my God, why would you hit me?
Because like, they don't go through that.
You acting like a nigga. Like,
for sure. For sure. So, but with her, bro, none of that, bro. None of that. No arguing, no... Like, of course, we disagreements and whatever, but it's
Every
not to the
human.
point to where we're yelling at each other. And it's not aggressive. And
that's one of the points that I was trying to make is that, like, I be trying to explain to women, it's like, I am not a bully.
Yeah.
I'm not a bully. I'm a man, but I'm not a bully. So if you calm yourself, if you show me femininity, I'm not about to be rah and going around the house and you're like, what? What's
But I ain't
wrong,
gonna let
baby?
you talk to me crazy either. So then when now it's gonna be both of us getting at it. So
Yeah.
nah, these women, bro, these women out here.
It's a dynamic. Like I said, we play a part in it as men, but like I said, I definitely think that we all need to step back and really.
You didn't really answer my question though when I asked you. I said you kind of went off to the social media and internet and all of that.
Okay, talk to me. What
But
was it?
I was saying, like, as far as women changing versus men changing, do you feel that men changing? Even you can answer the question.
Spinny?
What do we call them?
Spinny the liquor.
Spinny the liquor. Yeah. Even you can answer it. Maybe it's the same. Who you date? You date white women, or black women?
Right now, black woman, but
okay.
I've been all over the
All
map.
right, okay, so you might know too.
I'm a
then.
worldly gentleman.
Okay, so you might know too.
Yeah, he's not white. He's clear.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm clear.
okay. What do you go by? He, him?
Spend Spenny, the liquor, he, him.
Okay. All right, my bad. I didn't ask.
Appreciate you. Hey, we asked, and now it's established.
Yeah. We've had our queerness episode. We got our training.
Man.
We had my sibling going.
Oh yeah.
Ma's dealt with my sibling.
Yeah. No,
Help
it was interesting. She had to teach me some things too.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know some of the questions I was asking her. I was like, what the? No, she was recording her.
Yeah.
Telling about. Do I call her? Look at us fucking up. Look at us fucking up.
But like I said, you haven't been around for a
Fucking
minute.
up right now. Actually, we ain't learned shit. We ain't learned a damn thing.
Hey, but see, even there, like you
But look
acknowledge
at
and
you
you say
questioning
they.
yourself.
Yeah.
No, but if it wasn't his sister, I wouldn't give a fuck, honestly. But anyway, that's another subject. But anyway, the difference in 20 years with women versus the difference in 20 years with men.
I say both, bro.
You think that men change just as much as women change?
I think men are less masculine and women are more masculine.
Okay.
I think
you?
it's both in the last 20 years.
Oh man, I just can't figure women out. Sometimes they're just too smart. Sometimes they're flat out stupid. Other times they're just evil.
It seems to me like you're the expert, Mark.
No, definitely not an expert, Johnny.
Oh, wow. That was an amazing clip from a fantastic film, The Room. That's the What's Your Nest movie clip of the week. If you haven't seen The Room by Tommy Wiseau, check it out. Anyways, my favorite sock to wear when I'm watching The Room is the Ness Culture sock. It's a very comfortable, delicious sock for sitting and watching a movie in. Anyways, continue the podcast.
Yeah, I think the internet point was correct. I think the amount of options and like that has like affected the dating.
The
field.
reality.
I'm just talking about in general, like a woman.
Yeah.
A woman, you don't think has a woman changed as far
in
as
the last 20 years? Has
the
a
last
woman
20 years.
changed more, or
Not even relationship.
Has men changed
well,
more?
relationship as well, because that's a big part of life.
I think both. I think both have changed.
The same.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
because like I said, I'm not a part of the pocket, and like I said, I try to feed my young homies some real game. But I see it. I see the less drive and the more leaning on the bitch type of shit.
But men still on average make about the same. Men. There's always been men who aren't and men who are.
That's true.
I don't feel like every man ain't always been masculine. Every man, it's always been a lot of ain't shit men.
Yeah.
But I think even like, and not to speak negative, but we talking about it and we're asking why I did this. I don't even think women are as good mothers as they used to.
Oh, I agree with that. I deal with a lot of women. Like I was even talking to a friend, and I was explaining to her. I was like, one thing I admire about you is the way that your kids talk about your food. Like you don't hear that often. Like I was on the phone with her one day, and her son was in the background, and he was like complaining about something. She was trying to figure out something. He's like, nah. He's like, I want some biryani. He's like, I want your biryani. It's like, how many kids say things like that about their mother now? They mommy, take me to McDonald's. Okay, take me to Wendy's. Take me to Jack in the Box. And I feel like food is like that. That's a first level. Like that's the nourishment for your child. And if your child doesn't see you actually providing nourishment for them, I see that as a red flag. Like your child should be happy. Like, oh yeah, my mama make the best macaroni, or my mama make the best this, like, because you're the one providing that nourishment and the love that you put into that food, your child is ingesting.
Yeah.
So just now that women are making more money, they think that spending money is love, and it's not. Making that meal for your child when you're tired and still putting in that love and admiration and watching your child enjoy what you, oh mom, this is amazing. That's what matters to me for as a man wanting to have a child with a woman. I want to see that. I want to see that level of love, because that my child is gonna receive that.
Yeah. So,
and it's like it's hard to find a woman that really be cooking, because
that's what I'm saying. That's another change that I'm saying in the last 20 years. And as far as I feel like the independent shit is overboard now more than it was 20 years ago.
Yes.
I feel like they're more masculine. I feel like
that's not a feeling, that's a fact.
I feel like, I mean, even sexually, like all the twerking, the music, like listen to the music, the shows, they want to more aggressive with the, like, look at the shows, top 3 shows of women, probably some sexual or fighting shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, even like, as far as everything, like it seemed like women just changed completely. I don't think men changed as much.
We can't bring up that many
smack
me around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that this is one of my narratives too. And like I said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but just from me being outside and me doing ain't shit and things of that nature, I'm gonna say this, bruh. And I want you to let me know if you agree with me. I personally think the price of pussy has to go up for men to be better. And I'm not talking about prostitution.
Explain that.
Okay.
I'm not talking about prostitution.
And I'm not talking about prostitution.
Talking about we got to do better.
No.
Not
us. We don't have to do nothing. They have to make the price of pussy. It's too easy to get pussy right now.
But is that in the last 20 years?
Yes.
My point exactly.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay, but I'm saying that one of my narratives is that it's way too women, because they're working so hard, they want that release, and they're making it way too easy for men to have access to them, which is making men a lot lazier. Because we always want to fuck. All men want to fuck, and if we can fuck easy, it's less motivation to have your shit together. And like I said, for the lower level niggas who, like have a little less motivation, if they stop having access to bitches, they gonna get a job.
But the bums always had the most bitches, right?
I don't think so, bro.
What? That Jerome and what's it called? You know how this black community say, what is it? Jerome and some, damn, what's the other name? Tyrone and Jerome, yeah. They always was getting the ass, bro. They always.
I don't know, bro. Like, well then you telling me that what I said the last 20 ain't changed. I think the price of pussy. I think women, because like I said, I even have a whole, like, it's like, think about it like this. Like, I won't, like I said, I'm giving up too much game, but I'm gonna give it. If y'all catch this, if the clip happens, it clappens. But I'm gonna say this. This is a real thing. Ladies, think about this. The last nigga you fucked, did he have to drive to you? That was gas. Did he have to buy you some food before you got there? Did y'all go on a date? Did he have to spend any money? Or did you, while he was sitting at the house playing the game, deliver this nigga free pussy? They cost him $0. He didn't have to fucking move.
Why should it have to cost him?
No. But listen, I'm telling you, because I feel like the price of pussy needs to go up.
Why though? Why? So does the price of dick gotta go up?
No. Because pussy running.
See, I don't believe in that. I feel like if I'm fucking, I feel like if you getting dick and I'm getting pussy, that's even. We clean slate.
But Brett,
so you the type. So what you saying is basically.
I'm saying for the motivation of men. Because men always go chase women, bro.
It could go both ways, because you gotta have the price of dick. If you're just going around, giving out free dick to whatever lazy
and licking them
and couldn't wait for that one. No, but
I feel like men still, it's like when you fucking a nothing ass bitch. She probably got like Section 8 and fucking food stamps so that she cooking shrimp and lobster for you or some shit. Like I say, it's still a different interaction. But when a bitch is giving a bum nigga some pussy, he just could be a bum nigga.
But that's always been there, bro.
I know, but I'm telling you, I think that the price of pussy is so low right now. I feel like bitches have
But that's not my point, bro.
But as I'm saying, I feel like bitches have very low self-esteem right now, and they're working so hard. They want a free release, and the nigga that they want, he might not be shit, but he gonna fuck them good. So they just
that's
giving it to him.
literally Tyrone, and
but I'm saying
Tyrone.
it's too many Tyrones and Jeromes. That's what I'm saying.
You saying it's more Tyrone?
I feel like it is. It's more Tyrone and Jeromes. Like niggas like me and you, like it's. I feel like it's less of us. It's less niggas you could have a real conversation about. It's less niggas I can call right now and be like, hey, blood, let's all put together 10K and go buy a house.
So you saying 20 years ago it was more?
Yes. But also, like the money was worth more.
Maybe I don't be around enough men then or something.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe the housing was less and the money was worth more and all the other. But still, if I have enough assets to where I could sell at least some of my stock portfolio. And if you was like, bruh, I got a business deal, me, you, and 10 other niggas are going to put in 10K. I have a way to extract 10K from assets. I can extract 20K from assets or more. I have the ability to do that.
Nice.
Niggas don't have that. It's a lot of niggas who don't have that, and they just be fucking bitches.
You gotta get out that circle, man.
No.
Oh, you talking about just in general?
No, I'm saying in general. Like I said, I tell you, I know.
Okay,
I
but
me and you talk.
I think the world's too big. I think there's like so many. Like it's hard to answer that question. Like, have men changed the women? Because there's so many different men and women. And I think there are like definite cultural shifts that you're touching on that for sure have happened. But I think it's just you got to like you have to know like what your value is, what you're seeking, kind of like how you. I think
there's been an evolution in women.
Yeah,
I don't think there's been an evolution in men.
But also, like I said, I put it all back on the internet, bro.
Well, you think we've devolved, and that's why the price of pussy's so low.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because like I said, I feel like the internet has made people think that they have more options than they actually have. It's like because even with the women, like you said, you could be a good nigga to a woman, have a bad day, and then she'll be like, it's niggas all in my DMs, but them niggas ain't shit. Them niggas ain't gonna be there when I was there when you was sick. Them niggas didn't, like I said, like just a bitch I was fucking with. She was ill and she was just in the house. I said, I'm about to come get you. We gonna go get some pho. I'm gonna get you out the house. We gonna just, like I said, I'm paying for the shit, but I'm gonna get you out the house so you can get out the house. Move a little bit. I'm gonna get you some wholesome food to put in you, and like I said, get you moving. Like that, you're not gonna get that in your DMs. The niggas just DMing you. They trying to fuck or they trying to take you on a quick date to try to see if they can fuck. They, like I said, but a nigga that genuinely cares about you, you can't just. Women be acting like a nigga having a bad day or y'all having a disagreement. It's like, oh, I can find another nigga, and it's like. It's hard to find people that care about you. Even if a nigga thought like that. If that bitch brought you all this shit on your birthday, like you said, do your nails for you or, fuck with you, you not gonna just find that in your fucking DMs, my nigga. Like it might be a bitch trying to check up on something or you in another bitch DM trying to check up on something. You not gonna find that exact same type of bitch, bro. Like it's hard. It's hard to find somebody that genuinely fuck with you like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of thoughts of greener grasses now.
Yeah, that's what the internet did. Because it gave you access to so many more people, but it didn't give you access to better people. And it make people not
happy, bro. It make people not happy with their situation.
Yeah, because you always think that you can get something better, and you can't. Like in a lot of situations, you can't, and then. They'll bring up their one friend from 20 years ago that met this one nigga that did this one thing, and then they was happy. It's like, bruh, that's one person, and you not even close enough to her to know how happy she is. She might be portraying her happiness to you.
Oh, that's a fact.
And that nigga might be beating her ass every night.
Yeah, that's what social media let you do too. Sure.
So it's like, and that's what I'm saying about social media. I feel like humanity hasn't caught up to the fact that what's on the internet is not reality.
Yeah. No FOMO.
And I think, the FOMO of it is people feel like, damn, I could be like that.
What that mean? FOMO.
Fear of missing out. It's like grass is always greener kind of thing.
Okay. That's like a trading term and some other things, but FOMO.
A Drake song or something?
No, FOMO. No, that's just a thing.
When the hell that come out? I never heard that.
It's like for 15, 20 years that shit been out. Yeah. See, like I said, we different circles. We be in different circles. I be in like trading. Yeah, FOMO. That's definitely a crypto thing. I don't know.
I ain't never heard that in a Trunk Boy song.
Yeah, exactly.
You can make a FOMO song.
Okay. Okay, so we got off a little subject, but Now let's talk about
the visa. The visa. We was on the visa.
Yeah, K1 visa. So you do plan on, like I said, you're doing the 90-day fiance joint, and so you do plan on her. This is not a test run, or is this the test run to see if it works in the U.S. or is this like y'all know and y'all gonna figure it out? If it's not feeling good, y'all gonna figure out how to make it feel good.
Yeah, for sure, and that's how relationships should be anyway.
Yes.
Even talking to her, she understands that. She understands that it's not gonna be all, all glitz and glamour stuff. And we already made the decision. Hey, this gonna happen, and we're gonna have to make it happen. And the vibe is already cool. We didn't already talk to everything out. We already agree on most. We had them important conversations, and we already agree that this is how it is and how it should go. And she agrees, I agree. And but she come from a family like that, bro. Her parents was together 18 years. Her brothers and sisters, they've been married 10 plus. Like how like I do Indian events with photography. Most people, I don't know. Most people probably do know. Where I go to their events and they'll be doing anniversaries for 25 years, 50 years, like stuff like that of being married. It's just in their culture. You get what I'm saying? Like, when the last time you been to a marriage anniversary for black people? My point exactly. So, yeah, so that it's just in their culture to stick it out and make it happen. Them Indians, I'm sure it ain't been all great and amazing and all of that, but they make it happen. And
that's my thing. That's why I had the question, is because that's what I want people to kind of like realize in your situation. It's like, it's not like Maul went out there, found her, everything's perfect, she's gonna come out here, everything's perfect. It's like, no. He knows that this is what he wants. She knows that she wants him too. And when they come into a problem, they're going to figure out the problem.
Like any relationship, yeah.
Man, y'all got to stop thinking that running into a problem with a nigga means he not the one. Running into a problem with a chick means she ain't for you. That is not how reality works.
Man, I seen something with Michelle Obama where she said, she was doing an interview. I forgot who she was doing it with.
Yeah, I know what
she said. She said that for 10 years, she didn't like Obama.
Yeah.
She said for 10 years, she did not like him. And she was like, nah, I love that man more than anything. Of course, she loved him before, but she said that there was a time span of like 10 years where she just, I wouldn't say didn't like him, but it wasn't what it was. They caught that vibe back and it's good. But most people that'd have been time to get divorced.
Yeah. And because like I said, in that same clip you probably talking about, she talked about how people thinking that everything's gonna be 50-50. It's like, no, she's like, when he was like running, she's like this shit was like 80-20. And then when it was
80-20 what?
Like her. Like she was putting more into
the family.
Yeah, than he was. And she's like, in that same breath, he'll be like he about to go to a golf course with the bros to, but she know he was campaigning and doing his thing, and she knew like that was part of it, but she didn't feel loved when, like I said, she holding down the whole family and stuff. He doing what he got to do, but she wanted more from him. But she knew that she had to give 80 and he was gonna give 20 in their situation to build up something better for them in the future.
And then now it's probably different. Now, it swings.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people got to understand that swing, and it's like you got to find your person and just ride it, bro. Like, you got to ride it till the wheels fall off. Like,
I mean, that's what your vows say, right? That's what the vows say.
People not here for the vows. They're here for the reals.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a duty. Like, even as far as raising children together, a lot of people don't. The Honorable Kevin Samuel says that, raising your kids together is a duty. Mm-hmm. Like, because that it's better if it's a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
So if you want the better for that child, once y'all decide to have children, you got to be 2 mature adults as well. You can't be all like, oh, yeah, I'm going to break up because you left the toilet seat up all the time. I'm getting tired of this nigga leaving toilet. I'm leaving his ass, or, whatever, just BS. If it's something like he beating her ass, or,
we understand. We're not saying stay through everything.
Yeah, no domestic or no cheating from either side or none of that. But like just little petty stuff or whatever. Or
like I said, personal preference. Like y'all gotta talk through that.
Disagree, all of that. Yeah, for sure.
Learning to agree to disagree. Like I said, y'all cannot agree on something and still be in a relationship. Y'all don't have to. Because look, this is the way. I probably said this on the podcast before, but I'm gonna give a quick version of it. My thought process of a relationship is a Venn diagram.
What the hell that mean?
You know what a Venn diagram is, right?
No.
Okay, a Venn diagram.
Y'all in this thing, yeah. I'm feeling like Webby on the interview now.
Charlemagne.
Man, y'all got some hard ass names here. FOMO. I'm about to take notes.
Okay, a Venn diagram. You've seen it. Is where it has the two circles
Yeah,
and then they intertwine.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know that.
Okay, so
in the middle ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I see a relationship as, this is my own theory, is that your circle has all the shit that you love in it, right?
Yeah.
And my circle has all the shit that I love in it. And as we grow in a relationship, we start to find more of shit in the middle. And the middle of our Venn diagram gets bigger. Cause it's like, oh shit, I didn't know I like pecan ice cream, but you like pecan ice cream. You let me try it. I'm like, this shit fire, you know?
What middle school you went to? We both went to Tech. What middle school? Maybe you had a better middle school or something.
No.
Where this coming from?
Don't tell nobody. I went to Catholic school. I went to Catholic school.
His name is Claire.
His parents had a real good marriage to the ninth grade.
I'm like, I know, right?
To the ninth
He
grade.
was in school, and then he met the Trump boy. Now you running around, no feelings for these bitches. Definitely.
So and that's how I see it. It's like your relationship grows, and then the middle of y'all Venn diagram grows. But y'all still always have stuff that just y'all like.
Facts, and you gotta understand that everybody life is different.
Yeah,
and even it's probably gonna be even more difficult because she comes from a completely different culture, a completely different way of life. Like even as far as eating, like she look at like our food, like what the hell is that? And I look at hers like what the hell is that? But yeah, it's gonna be some stuff. It ain't gonna be all glitz and glamour and all of that. But
y'all have in your mind that y'all want to make it work for y'all.
Listen, we already too deep. This is like even her coming all the way here, all this money that I damn near got to put up. Like it ain't like me just meeting a girl from Berkeley. All right, this shit ain't working. All right, be on your way. Like
you said, you understand the obligation
already.
That's one thing I was talking.
Sure.
I was talking to a situation about before. I was like, man, I had obligation once because like I said, I had a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And I was explaining to her after the fact. I was like, a lot of the shit that I did for you and with you, it was out of obligation. It's like I might not have been happy at this situation, but once I asked you to be my girl and you said yeah, you was my girl.
Yeah.
And I had an obligation to you, whether you knew about it or not. In my mind, that's how I see it. I made you my girl, you my girl. Whether I'm happy or not, I still have to meet my obligation and how I see that I'm supposed to present myself as your man.
Yeah.
Regardless of how I feel about you. Well,
that's what me and her was just talking about actually. Was that my well, not my life, but my job should be simply to do whatever I can to make her happy. And her job should be in reverse. Facts. And if you go to that point, then both of y'all are happy.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. So, we had to have all of those conversations because this ain't no playing around. Yeah. For her to move, away from
another
her family,
country,
another country,
another continent.
All this visa, yeah, for sure,
another fucking continent,
and all of that, and just leaving her family to where. I mean, she's taking English classes. Yeah. Like this is serious. I'm learning Portuguese, and
like I said, we gonna keep it 1,000 out for a dude she's met 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. We spent probably a month and a half together in person. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like we ain't nothing. Like I said, he know what he doing, but he understands that he hasn't had this vibe with nobody before. So he's willing to take this risk.
Yeah, she learning English. I'm learning Portuguese. Eu falo um pouco português. It means I know a little bit of Portuguese. So it's for sure.
Like I said, y'all working for each other. And that's what I love to see, bro.
And you want to know what? I didn't mention that.
What?
Bruh, it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. Like they bring peace, bro. They like you just. It's like, and traveling. I'm not even saying her specifically, but like just traveling abroad. Like these women say hello. They're smiling. They greet you, like stuff like that. And it's like she's always smiling. It's like, I don't know. It's like maybe we just so stressed out here or something like that.
I agree, especially in California.
Yeah,
I definitely.
But do you see that traveling? Like the women are just like
they're more cordial.
Yeah, for sure, and just smile.
Yeah,
and just open for like even if they don't feel you or something like that. It's just
conversation. It's
it's like fuck, man. So it's like a whole totally different vibe.
Yeah, like I said, I will say in the U.S. it's like you can't tell a chick she cute without her. I got a man. Whoa, I was just admiring you. I was letting you know that you look good. I got a chick too. Like it was just a compliment, baby.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm
like, God damn.
I'm looking for something different, bro. Yeah. I'm trying something different. This shit that I see. The shit that I see as far as in person, that I hear from other people, the shit that I dealt with, what I see on social media all day, I don't want nothing to do with it. And that's what I tell people. If you got the opportunity, if you can, I say at least, you know how they say, oh, you should look into another race. I think you should look into another place. So you got to get the fuck out of here, bro.
Why you bring this funny nigga here, bro?
Yeah, nah, I'm dead ass serious. If it don't work there, then we're not even gonna put that in the air, but
to move around. Huh?
But yeah, nah, for sure. I think everybody, bro, if you gotta be stuck with that bitch from Acorn, then it is what it is. But then you gotta match it as well. But Acorn is cool. Hey, go hey.
Shouts out the corn. We love the corn.
Hey, what is that? Whatever. But anyway, yeah, but nah, if you and then you got to be that type of man too. I feel like at this point, when I met her, I don't think when I met her, I don't think it would have worked as far as me either. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I am today. I feel like when you're ready for that, if you're ready for the family, relationship, the marriage stuff, it's hard to find it here.
And you have your finances in order.
Yeah,
like I said, like Ma said, he put a little ball to the side just for incidentals.
Just before she even touched grounds, it's already, you know what I mean, it's gonna cost that.
Yeah,
you already know it's gonna cost that. You got the paperwork,
and
you got to hire a paralegal.
Yeah.
You got the visits there to go. Now we got this time in between. So if you got 8 months, you got to be like, all right, maybe I'll go there every 3 months or something like that, just to keep, you know what I mean, something like that. So you already got to put that in the budget. And it costs a few dollars to do it. So you got to be ready that way. You got to be, and then it's it's a lot. It's a lot. So it's not as easy as I don't watch the shows either, but I was trying to apply for the show. They had them pay for this shit, but
that would have been smart.
Yeah, everything they pay for the whole get down.
Yeah,
but
that would have been nice to see you on. I would have watched that episode.
Dope, right? It would have been dope.
I would watch that episode.
It would have been dope.
Like, guy.
She was like, are you sure you want to go talk on the podcast about it? I was like, shit. She understand that I'm more of like a public person like her. Mm-hmm. And she more of like a chill, like she wouldn't have been here talking and nothing. Even if she don't speak English like that.
Like I said, and I want to bring you back when she get here. Like I said, I don't.
That'd be dope.
She don't have to be on camera, but like I said, but I'm saying just for you to come back and be like,
update.
You know, yeah. That's what I want to do. So I guess we gave them most of the information that we need to give them. So if you know, men, women, if you want to go try to find you something out of the country, you feel me? My brother gave you a angle on how to do it.
Listen, I feel like I'm setting a blueprint, and that's why I keep publicly saying it. Mm-hmm. Is that, man, you don't got to deal with this shit, man. Rather women or men.
Yeah, straight up.
And even like shit, even if you do it domestically, you might want to go to Mississippi to find one. Shit, the second girl that I had a vibe with that I felt would have been the best for me was from Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Like even the South got a whole different vibe. So it's like,
most definitely.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. But I ain't even going there. I don't want nothing to do with none of this shit.
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting the fuck out of here after we just went to Kenya and seeing how those women are. It's like, damn, like this, like you see wives, you see like the vibe that I want at least in wives. The true femininity is really what it is, and the peace and all of that shit.
And that's one thing that I want African American culture to get back to is because I feel like that dynamic builds families and families build wealth.
What? Oh, the family.
I'm saying the femininity and, you know, like I said, a man being a man and a woman being a woman.
She believes in gender roles, bro.
I want African Americans to get that back together because families build wealth.
But that's gender roles. You got. She believes in gender roles for sure. Sure. They still do.
Because like I said, because I've had debates when I'm messing with chicks on them just like taking the trash out. Like, why would you take the trash out and I'm here? Like, what are you doing?
Listen, I had this woman to where you know how the man's supposed to open the door. So I walk, you know, we getting closer to the door. So I started walking up a little bit and
she started walking faster.
Yeah. She wanted to open the door. Like she just wasn't used to like a man opening the door for her. And like you said, there's probably some blame on men as well. Yeah. Because like men weren't doing it for her. And even as far as walking on the side of the street, like I teach my daughter all of that. My daughter ain't open a door. She don't open her doors. I open her doors for her. Every morning, every evening, all of that. When she get out of school, I carry her backpack. She knows to take her backpack as soon as she walk out the door. And hand it to me. Yeah. My daughter, all of that still, bro.
My daughter, I had to fly to Atlanta just to put my daughter's stuff in storage. Stuff probably wasn't even that heavy, but she knew she could call me and she don't have to pick up shit.
Listen, I try to teach her. I like I said, I'm opening doors. I tell her how beautiful she is every day. I feel like this, like you said, you got a point. Like men need to play their part more too, but women gotta accept it too.
No,
they gotta accept it.
Because this is the part I'm saying. I'm saying women don't make space. Like you said,
they gotta accept it.
You trying to walk up to open the door, she has to be able to let you open the door. I feel like not enough women stop at the door.
No, so this
nowadays, I see, to make your point about the last 20 years, I don't feel like it's not enough women stopping at the door, waiting for the man to open the door for them.
So this is what happened in that situation is we were together. We were walking around, right? And I walked ahead to open the door, and I opened the door for her. I stood on, you stand on the side, she walks through. Mm-hmm. The next door we went to, she started walking ahead to where she like, I'm going to open the door.
I got the next door.
Nigga, what? I was just looking and I pointed out to her like, what's going on? Like, why you do that? And she was just like, it's just in her, bro. It's just embedded in them to be masculine now. And it's like, bruh, no, that's a woman I could never mess with. Like, what? You just, like, she rushed to the door like, oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah.
What?
Because like I said, because they make money and I'm just as good as you. And it's like, I try to explain to women, bruh, you could be so much better than a man if you stop trying to be a man. Because I feel like women are way more amazing creatures.
Ask them what they bring to the table and they gonna explain, they gonna tell you the same thing you do.
Yeah.
They gonna tell you the same thing you do besides the protector part, but they gonna tell you about the accolades and they gonna tell you about I do this and that. It's gonna sound like a nigga. You put if you just make their voice into a nigga voice, it'll be saying the same. You be like, oh yeah,
bro, nigga, you know, I feel me. I'm nursing now, nigga. You feel me? I got good money, bro. You feel me? I just bought this. You feel me? I just took a trip to the Turks and Caicos, my nigga. You feel me?
All of that, yeah, nah. So
sis, why your voice sound like that?
Man, I'm telling you, this
Okay.
It's just different out there, bro. And as you know from traveling too, bro, it's just different, and that's what I like. So if you swim, like you said, they say, oh, the pool has piss in it out here.
Yeah, the dating pool.
They could go to a different pool. Why the fuck you still swimming in here?
Pissy pool.
trying to pour some Clorox around you and hoping it get clean right here. Yeah, I'm hopping in another pool. I'm hopping in the ocean. I'm going to another ocean.
Yeah, get out that pissy ass pool, man. Get in the diving pool, bro.
That, bro.
The diving pool is deep.
I'm just thinking, bro. Like I think my last relationship taught me like get what you want, bro. Mm-hmm. Get what the fuck you want. Like even as far as like that's how I live my life now. Is like even the car that I bought. Man, I would have never bought that car. I would have never fucking bought that car. And I was just like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna buy it. Even the motorcycle. I was like, man, I've been dealing with this motorcycle over here for like 8 years or something. Fuck that. I'm gonna spend that extra money to get the motorcycle I want. I'm gonna get the car that I want. Now I'm gonna get the woman I want. So you gotta live like that, bro.
I'm probably on the same trajectory as you.
Get what you want, bro.
I just bought a car that I wanted. Like I said, I wanted the hybrid joint. You feel me?
And it probably costed a couple more dollars than you would have wanted to spend.
So I said, I put a nice chunk of it down.
Get what the fuck you want, bro.
And that was out of Bitcoin. I sold my Bitcoin bread and I went and bought myself a new car, brand new car.
Yeah, nah.
Because like I said, just being outside, like I said, I always had like buckets and old cars and shit like that. I was like, bro, I'm tired of this shit.
I've been living life. Even photography, my camera, I was like, all right, I want this camera. Fuck it, I'm gonna go get this camera. I want this lens. I'm gonna go get this camera. That's all of that, bro. Phone, fuck it, like. This phone, I didn't want this goddamn phone, but I mean, I wanted it, but I didn't want to spend that money. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna go spend it. Yeah. And I feel like just be happy, bro. Just do it. The moral of this podcast, just be happy, bro. Do whatever's gonna make you happy.
That's what the loveliness tie-in is.
Get what you want. Be happy and get what you want, bro. Yeah. If you can.
Well, it sounds. Are you going back to Brazil soon?
I'm going back in June. Yeah, I'll be there next month.
Well, I'm wishing you a lovely time.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Well, let's wrap things up. And we talked about your situation, but now we want to give the people a little more understanding because you are a world traveler. You feel me? Don't nobody ever disrespect that. You are a world traveler. My guy has traveled to how many continents? 3, 4?
Nah, more than that.
See?
Yeah, nah. I've been around. Yeah, I've been to Asia. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to China. Stopped in China.
You went to China, nigga?
It was during a layover, but it was a long layover. So you know how you like.
Oh, so you got out.
Like even I never gave a shit about going to Europe, but it was a long ass layover, so I experienced Amsterdam. Once you leave the airport, I don't feel like you've been there if you in the airport, but once you leave out.
Yeah, you there.
You there. Right? So we spent the day there. We spent the day. Okay. So it counted. Usually that's how I travel too. That's a tip too. is that if you got
Have
the
a long
time,
layover?
have a long ass layover. That's what I was gonna do with this too. It's like a 42-hour layover, but it wasn't in a spot that I wanted to go, so it was like So and the tickets are cheaper too when you do the long layovers.
Oh, okay.
So that's another tip. But what were you saying after?
Oh, I was saying let's. We talked about you. Talk about the 90 Day Fiance. We talked about you how you met your girl and you meeting your girl and everything. But now I want to give people a little insight from somebody that's been to almost all of the continents. Outside of Antarctica. So what is some rule of thumbs that you think people should stick to when traveling abroad? You being in a bunch of different continents and countries.
Oh, we talking about? See, I think traveling is different for different people.
Okay.
As a black man, that's what we talking about?
I'm talking about as black people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your question? Say your question again.
What is when traveling abroad? What are some good rules of thumb for people to stick to?
Depends where you're going, and
well, that's what I'm saying. Something that's just in general, just that you noticed from everywhere that you went to. Was like something to tell somebody, even if they planning the trip or if they got there or what.
I would say. What I do usually is I leave open time in my itinerary. I look up because YouTube now got it to where you can know exactly what stuff is. You can see the video of them there for 2 hours if you want to. So I feel like, let's say you're going for 2 weeks. Some people do itineraries every day. I'm gonna do this, that, and that. I like to tap in with the people first. I go there and have you, of course, like let's just say you come to San Francisco. Of course, I want to see Pier 39. Of course, I want to see Alcatraz. But I'm not just gonna plan every day.
To the T.
On what I seen on YouTube or what I see on, what should I do when I go to San Francisco? No, I'm gonna get here and I'm gonna run into you and I'm gonna be like, hey, what you doing?
Oh, man, you should.
Yeah, that's the tourist stuff, but
over here,
niggas go, this is where you're supposed to be at. Now, if I got this itinerary, then I'm looking at time and damn, I didn't already paid for this.
You need a lot of free days.
So I leave a lot of free days open, and I usually have an amazing time. Of course, you do I gotta go ride over the bridge and stuff like that, but I usually do all the other stuff too. And then, be with the people, man.
Yeah, be with the people. Be with the locals.
Don't be scared of the people, too.
Yeah. Okay. So my other question to wrap all this up, to bring it all home is, if somebody wanted to travel abroad to find a spouse, what advice would you give them? Yeah, I know that's a hard one. Because
to find a spouse, I think it just got to be genuine, bro. I wasn't going there to find a spouse. So it's like, I think that's kind of hard, bro. If you're going to find a spouse, you damn near
I like your answer. You say you wouldn't go to find a spouse. You would just go.
But if I was, let's just say what's your question? If I was to you got to spend some time there. And it got to be to where it's genuine. It's like, I don't know, maybe move to, if you like Colombian women, maybe move to Colombia for a year. Because it ain't like you going to hop off the plane and be like, hey, what's your name?
Oh my God!
How are you with finances? How are you with kids? Like you ain't,
come back with me.
Exactly. Like even with her, that first time I went there, that wasn't the plan when I went there, and it wasn't the plan when I left. It wasn't until recently when we was like, all right, and she's even older now. Now we 6 years older, we more mature. It's like, all right, this is what we want, but it wouldn't have worked back then. And I think you just shit. I think it's. I mean, it's even here. Like what we say here. It ain't like you just go on something and just be like, all right. Let me go on the City of Wives or something like that. Nah, it's just it might happen, it might not. So
like I said, keep your options open and like you said, keep the vibes and everything sincere. And genuine.
for sure. So
be what I got from this is go out, be your genuine self, and see what it attracts.
Facts.
That's what I heard, man. So
facts.
So like I said, travel abroad. Like I said. He gave you a tip if you want to do a layover somewhere and get an extra city out of your trip. Do a long layover, get you into a hostel or a little room. Do something a little bit in the city that you land in, and then get back on that plane and get to your final destination. He said spend a little bit of time there. Like I said, you might not be able to do a year, but I don't see the point in going somewhere abroad if you ain't gonna stay there for at least 2 weeks. That's just
2 weeks is minimum.
Like I said, I don't see the point. So, like I said, plan out that PTO if you have to, set up them babysitters, whatever you got to do. I say minimum 2 weeks if you want to go out there and just see, just see what's going on.
To really enjoy the environment. Now, you got to spend at least 2 weeks because you got all the tourist stuff is gonna take a couple days. If you go in there for 5 days and you already done on just shit sightseeing.
Yeah, the shit that everybody already know about whatever area you went to.
Yeah, for sure. But to chill and relax and get some whatever time, I would say at least 2 weeks. Because it damn near take a day to get there. Like it's I'm
real.
leaving on the 15th. I don't get there till the 16th. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? So,
easily.
Yeah, nah.
You gotta, easily don't get
so
there to the 16th.
a day is gone already. You only did 5 days. You left. Yeah. You got the 15th to the 20th. You ain't getting there to the 16th anyway.
And then you jet lag, so you damn near want to rest that first day just to get your shit back, Baron. Right? And,
facts.
And now you got 3 days to try to rush through everything. Mm-hmm. So like I said, I say 2 weeks, but yeah, man, it was a pleasure having you on. Like I said, you gave us a lot of insight, a lot of information, man. We appreciate you. Like I said, we definitely want you back once everything has played out the way that you need to play out. You and your girl married, and the things are moving in the right direction. Because like I said, it sounds like you actually have it planned to where y'all want this to happen. And like I said, any issues you have, you guys are going to discuss and work out as a unit.
Yeah,
and that's what we all have to do. That's what brings that loveliness into your life. And for being our amazing guest and giving some people some genuine and sincere insight on your situation, Ness Culture wants to say thank you, and we're going to give you our vanilla car air freshener and our lavender car air freshener in the shape of the Ness Culture socks, man. Okay. So thank you for being here. J Ball Photography, for me, the Ness Culture photographer.
Y'all bring me to this porn studio, man.
Oh man, not the stuff off the camera.
You got the man licking his comfortable ass couch.
Man, you're not supposed to talk about the stuff off camera, bro.
Bunch of black niggas in here. Get out of here,
man. The fluffers aren't on camera, bro.
Oh, man, I'm walking out backwards. This shit is crazy. Nah, I appreciate y'all though, man.
Most definitely. Yeah. And this is the What's Your Ness podcast.
Oh, now he's jerking it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Y'all, dick-shaped mics and shit.
For what mic ain't shaped like a dick?
Yeah, hey, we need to invest in some pussy-shaped mics for the podcast.
Yeah, we gotta have a woman bringing a drink.
Yeah,
you get to sign it. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. How do I even sign it? Yeah. Wow, right in cursive or something?
I'm saying signature.
Let me just put my JD right here. Yeah. You don't put a dot at the end. Huh?
No, I'm saying you can do whatever you want, bro.
That's cool.
All right.
I ain't a rap star. I guess I don't get signing autographs and shit.
Oh yeah, man. I rapped about that. You feel me? I said I enjoy autograph signings and great views. Yeah. But that was a metaphor,
FOMO.
That was double entendre. I'm talking about going on dates with nice women. Feel me? Because you pay for the date, so autograph signing, nice views. Something like that. Like metaphors.
Any last words for the people, Alex, before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. This is the What's Your Ness podcast, man. This was the LoveliNESS episode. We had J Maul, the photographer, man, the one and only, man, self-made guy, you feel me? My fella, you feel me? You got a problem, he ain't got a problem with me. And if you my nigga and y'all got a problem, y'all got a problem, because I'm still fucking with both of y'all.
So y'all acorn niggas got like him, man.
But I think this was a beautiful episode about the loveliness that the world has to offer us. I feel like too many Americans think that where they're at is where it's at. And you got to get out and enjoy some of this loveliness that the entire world, the internet made the world a lot smaller, and you got to get there, And I think getting to all these different places in the world and finding out the loveliness that they have offer, I think that's choosing happiness. And I think everybody should choose happiness by choosing and finding loveliness, Like Maul said, he went out there somebody else bought him the trip and he ended up running into something. And then years later, it just happened to work out. And things like that have worked out for me in my life. I've traveled to different cities in this country trying to make money, and it didn't work. And then 2 years later, I got a phone call and money started pouring in. So I want y'all to travel and grasp some of this loveliness, not only in the States, but outside of the States, outside of the country, in different continents. Don't just go to Mexico, okay? Okay, stop going to Cancun. Stop going to Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta's cracking, but yeah, no, I definitely want to check out some other spots.
Go to China, go to Thailand, go to Ghana, go to Brazil, man. Get out here and find this loveliness that the world has to offer for you. So from Alice Great, Spinny, and Ness Culture, find your loveliness and choose your happiness.
Message.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. And we're out.
Bro, why did you tell them about the porn studio, bro?
Yeah,
They didn't
people aren't
even
supposed to know about that. Yeah.
Damn, blood. We told them to stop moaning in the background.
Looks like it, man.